heading down to get the Ranger. Need to jump the Massey. The old Massey's being a little bit stubborn this morning and not wanting to start, so we're going to give it a little jump, get her going. Big day today though. Going to really clean up the Woodyard, move all of the firewood or the camp wood that's out there, get that out of the way. We're going to clean up the pavilion a little bit, organize it so we can kind of dump all the camp wood into there, keep it dry for the summer and available for guests. Going to do some yard work. We got a few loads of material yesterday to kind of finish off the lawn, get that smoothed out so that we can start planting in a couple of weeks, overseeding the grass, and a number of other little tasks we got to fill in. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It's going to be in the 60s, sunny, just a real nice day to be doing this kind of work. Headed over to Benny's filling station, going to put some diesel in. When it's a one-man job, you sometimes have to improvise. Grab some topsoil, get a couple loads of topsoil for the lawn, hoping to top that off this weekend, and maybe a load of stone as well to kind of fix up the driveway a little bit. Probably need about 8 more yards, 4 yards a trip. We'll see how it goes.
Jane at base camp. I'm inside the greenhouse. It's been probably 2.5 weeks. Today's April 24th. It's still a little chilly outside, but it's sunny and it's hot in here. So I had to open the door, but I'm gonna show you how everything's doing. So over here is the dwarf kale, and that's coming along. The lettuce here is struggling a little, but it's going to get there. This lettuce is coming out. The green onion is doing great. And then over here are the smaller things. The cilantro, I have a couple of cilantro. Oregano. These are brandy wine tomatoes. I don't know if it's going to taste like brandy. Then over here I just did the basil. And the parsley's not coming up, which worries me. And the marigolds. And marigolds are supposed to be put in near all your plants to keep certain bugs away, I think. Over here is the red onion, yellow onion, peppers, sweet peppers, hot peppers, mild peppers. And they're coming up very slowly. The seeds were put in 2.5 weeks ago, and you go about an inch under the soil. I water almost every day because gets really hot in here. I have opened the door because it's that hot. I'm going to transplant some peace lilies and maybe bring them in here, but it might be too hot. And this little shepherd ate the hose. So she's exhausted from chewing a hole in it, and I can't fill the water. So now I have to go get another hose, right? She's a little embarrassed. All right, I won't shame her for that. Over here is more soil that I've saved from another pot. I think in this we're gonna be putting straw and everything and then grow the tomatoes. And these I'm going to use for tomato climbing vines, which would be great. We have so many nice things to do.
Okay, so the greenhouse. Well, Jane's getting things going this year so far, and I think the real big challenge we've had from last year's, and she mentioned it, is that we haven't had a whole lot of luck. One reason or another, it's not as simple as putting a seed in dirt and watering it every other day or once a week. Yeah, if it turns out you got to water it more than once a week, and you probably need some fertilizer too. So now we've learned a lot over the last few years, and we're going to try to make it a little bit more successful this year. And we're going to do a lot of things different. You know, what Jane's done already is we've already been a whole lot more successful than in previous years, and it's good to have the greenhouse to get us an early start. But we've also created a plan, and this isn't because we're smart. Maybe we're smart because we actually looked it up. We went online and we looked at experts and what they do, and we created a plan. I mean, a plan for how to plant something, how deep it goes in the soil, how far apart, how much water, when to water, when, from the day that it goes in, when it's going to be harvested. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide a weekly update on, here's what the beans are when we planted them. Here's the first 2 weeks and what they look like, and here's let's say day 32 and where they're at day 32 and how many days to harvest. And we're going to track all of everything that we've planted the same way, so that we can see how we're doing. And if we're not doing so well, or if a particular plant or vegetable or herb isn't doing well, we ask you, and maybe you could tell us what we're doing wrong, and we'll figure it out that way. So, but not only are we going to do that, we're also going to experiment with different ways to plant. Once we transplant them, we're going to experiment with different ways to transplant. Like, for example, we're going to use straw to put the tomatoes in, and we're going to put all of our herbs in a raised bed, and we're going to have a trellis perhaps for cucumbers and beans and things like that, and just see if different ways of nurturing and growing these plants are going to help. So, you looking forward to that?
Yes.
Tell you what, we built that greenhouse. Well, the Amish built the greenhouse, but we built it with there's a fan in there, but man, it gets hot, and it doesn't open up. The sides don't open up like a regular greenhouse, and you need to have a lot better ventilation than we do. We can't use the greenhouse in the summertime. It doesn't matter how much of a fan you have in there. It just gets really hot. We might have to try to retrofit it so that we can open up the sides in the summertime and then also seal it up really good for the winter. Not sure if that's going to be possible, but if it's not, then really the only thing the greenhouse is good for, unless we're going to heat it all winter long. This past year was brutal. But if we're going to do that, we need to, we were only going to be able to use it in the early spring and maybe in the late fall. You know, as we bring things back inside and try to get another month or two out of using the greenhouse. Like, for example, if you have green peppers that it's getting too cold to leave them outside and want to transplant them back into the greenhouse and maybe let them kind of complete out their day, and maybe, you know, just have an additional harvest, additional month, and we can do that.
All the seedlings, all of that gets done in there, and then otherwise it comes all out just for the hottest months, which actually is 3 months at least. So
yeah, well, what else you got?
that's it. I'm gonna win this time.
You're gonna win? Well,
I'm gonna have the winning.
it's not for a lack of trying, but we're gonna, with your help, we're gonna see if we can be more successful at growing something. But you know, I think we've always been able to grow something, but it's not plentiful, right? We're not getting like a ton of tomatoes or a ton of green peppers. I think the one thing we got a lot of was bell peppers and jalapenos, though.
Yes, we had a lot of those.
So we think it's hard to kill them.
And a certain kind of kale. We had a ton of kale. But it didn't taste good.
Maybe it wasn't kale.
It was kale.
Oh, okay. It could have been.
And we had 1 million baby tomatoes. We had too many.
Baby tomatoes, in other words, cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, they're babies to me.
So.
You're a baby to me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyway,
Okay.
It's going to be fun. We're going to give you weekly updates. That's probably enough silliness for now, but thanks for watching.